During yesterday's video, I casually threw out a line about Azani Isard being one of Palpatine's lovers. Today, we're going to go deep into that subject. Now, just as a note, I will be retreading a lot of information I covered in a prior video. Thankfully, not that many of you watched it, but if you did, this one does include some extra detail, and really, how can you pass up an opportunity to learn about Sheev's sex life? Lots of you guys were surprised, and understandably, that Azani Isard was interested in the Emperor, and to be fair, Palpatine's face does look like a shriveled pair of grapes. That being said, Sheev was the most powerful man in the galaxy, something that a lot of people would find extremely attractive. But even before his transformation to Emperor, Palpatine in the novel Darth Plagueis is described as a high society playboy, partying and mixing with the galaxy's elite, including presumably some intimately. Whether Palpatine actually had these basic desires for human contact and romance, or whether he saw relationships as a path to power is unknown, but I would assume the latter. One of his most prominent relationships arose during this era, specifically while he served as Chancellor. StarWars.com explains the story of Sly Moore, Palpatine's perhaps more than aide, rumored to have blackmailed her predecessor Sate Pestage into retirement and managed to become as close to Chancellor Palpatine as his trusted human male confidants, Sate Pestage and Kin Mindoriana, and some whispered even closer. Exploiting the mind-clouding ability of her species, Palpatine sometimes had Moore impersonate his Sith persona of Darth Sidious, enabling him to appear in two places at once. And while no one can prove anything, after the rise of the Galactic Empire, gossip vids and sludge news stories claimed she and the Emperor shared something more than a professional relationship. The semi-public relationship of Sly Moore and Palpatine led some in the galaxy to refer to the Umbaran as the Queen of the Empire. Allegedly, Moore was also the mother to Palpatine's child Triclops, though the conception was apparently not conventional. As Palpatine transitioned to Emperor, he was said to have many mistresses and concubines, and Children of the Jedi were told a story from the perspective of an 18-year-old Princess Leia. It had been her father who had presented her to the Emperor in the Senate Rotunda as junior representative of Alderaan. She remembered it as if it were yesterday, the evil dark eyes peering like a lizard's from the desiccated face in the dark hood's shadow. Among the usual courtiers, the sons and daughters of governors and moths, and the scions of the ancient aristocratic houses. Leia had also noticed a half-dozen women of truly startling beauty, exquisitely gowned and jeweled like princesses, who did not seem to belong with either the bureaucrats' wives or the more elite groups of the old houses and their vassals. Leia had realized they were the Emperor's concubines. This woman, this girl, had been one of them. The girl referred to there is Rogonda Ismarin. As issue 5 of the Star Wars Gamer magazine explains, Rogonda used her beauty to make her way to the elite circles of Coruscant, all the way to the coveted position of one of Palpatine's mistresses. The following is a quote from that article. With her Force sensitivity, Rogonda quickly distinguished herself among Palpatine's concubines. When she became pregnant, something the other concubines had failed to accomplish, Rogonda knew her days of a mistress were numbered. That Palpatine wasn't the father mattered little. In the court, appearances dictated truth. And she is one of several women who sought closeness to Palpatine because of the power that he wielded, and even the super star destroyers that he could bestow. Where do I sign up? Proof of this is Azani Isard. She describes her relationship with Pruneface and also why he was generally such a ladies' man in Isard's Revenge. The Emperor? You loved the Emperor? Corran Horn asked. Captain Horn, the surprise in your voice is hardly appropriate. Is it any surprise that I would find myself attracted to the brightest star in the galaxy? I was raised on Imperial Center. I came of age during Palpatine's time. He was immensely charismatic. He could look you in the eyes and touch the person you were. He lived for his dream of a stable galaxy. Her voice took on an edge, and he died for it. I get the feeling from this reading and from other material that this relationship was more than just admiration, it was physical. And Isard seems to be suggesting that women wanted to be with Palpatine and men wanted to be him. The effect of Palpatine's attention, even in his servants, can be seen seen in Mara Jade. Now, Mara never had a love for Palpatine, but she was certainly offended upon discovering that he had more Emperor's hands. And in a way, this was understandable. Not only was the most powerful being in the galaxy directly sharing his time with her, but he also gave his servants the perfect life among the galaxy's elite, along with great power. He also essentially indoctrinated those under him. With Mara, for example, he was able to communicate with her across the galaxy, and his presence persisted even after his death. Palpatine has a face that not even a mother could love, but he has immense charisma and power. What's more, he's unlike any other being in the galaxy, created as described by the Revenge of the Sith novelization of pure darkness, like a black hole in the Force. It's unsurprising that many would be drawn to him, even romantically. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that it didn't gross you out too much. If you want to learn about Palpatine's children and potential heirs, I'll put a link in the upper right hand corner. Until next time guys, this has been EckhartsLadder. May the Force be with you.